0.0001%. Do not be deceived by the internet, a feminist or anything. This is actually stating real facts. Feel me. Hey loves, welcome back to the channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back, and if you're seeing this pretty face for the first time, you're welcome. Take a seat and join the family. Grab a glass of water, a cup of coffee or tea, whatever works for you. Sit down, relax, because we're about to dive into this video. I know it's a bit cliche that on here talking about this because barely a year old in my marriage, but regardless, I just thought it's something that I have to put on there because it's a very vital topic and I've not really seen people talk about this. And then I decided to just give my 2 cents about it, tell you guys what I feel or what I think about this narrative. And yeah, I would really love this section to be an interactive one. So please drop your ideas, drop your comments, drop whatever it is you feel like you need to say about this topic in the comment section, and let's just get interactive right there. So first of all, what is marriage? I'll be reading from my phone. So it says here that marriage is the legally or formally recognized union of two people as partners in a personal relationship. Historically and in some jurisdictions, specifically a union between a man and a woman. Reading about this and then taking a minute to understand what it actually says, I want to just highlight that part where it says in a personal relationship. In the world today, there are a lot of people who show what their marriage is like on the internet, couples showing their everyday life and everything. But I promise you, that's like 0.0001% of the actual thing that their marriage is all about. So do not be deceived by the internet. Let's start from there. Do not be deceived by internet. Do not be deceived by what you see. Not all marriages are perfect. For me, it's more like two imperfect people coming together and then working on their imperfections, or just being able to overlook your partner's imperfection. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, which brings me to the first point. It depends on who you marry. It actually depends on who you marry. Reason I say this is, if you're married to somebody who really understands you, if you're married to somebody who is willing to take you for who you are, if you're married to somebody who understands that you do not have to be perfect, someone who knows your imperfections and is willing to do this thing called marriage with you, then you're lucky, because your significant half plays a very huge role in your life. No matter how you look at it, people tend to just get married because people are getting married, but it doesn't really work that way. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not saying I'm perfect when it comes to marriage, because even prior to marriage, I already had a knowledge or a picture of the type of marriage I want for myself. So yeah, if you're someone who wants to marry just because people are getting married, then just calm down and please think about it, because it's a lifetime. Somebody who you get married to can take your life from a 10 to a 1000, and can also take your life from 1000 to like a 0. So it's both ways. You have to really be careful and you have to really be sure of what you want before you go into this. The second point I would like us to talk about is, sometimes try to just see yourself as just you and then where you want to be. That way you can still think about yourself and then work on yourself and make something out of yourself. I'm talking to both the guys and the females here, because at the end of the day, it's a two-way thing. When the left hand washes the right hand should also wash the left hand, and that way everything is better. That's why I talked about getting married to the right person first, because sometimes you find out that some people would not like you to prosper. Yeah, some guys especially would not like their wives to make something out of themselves. If we're being honest, we know this. Some guys will not let you walk. Some guys will not let you go out there and just pursue your dreams. Some guys will prefer you just stay at home, try to achieve your dreams. That way you are happier, that way you're more fulfilled as a lady, and that way you're, you know, it just, everything just boils down to a happier home, happier marriage, and happier family. The third point now is change your mindset. This is a very broad topic. I feel like it's something we should just talk about on its own, you know, dedicate a video for that, because our mindset is like everything. You know, this thing where they said marriage should be endured or something like that, that's a lie. That's a fat lie from the pit of hell, because marriage actually should be enjoyed and not endured. So you cannot tell me that I'm married to you just to endure whatever it is, your insecurities, or just to, you know, massage your ego and stuff. I feel it should be like an upgrade, where if you were happy before marriage, you should be happier after marriage, you know. So change that mindset of enduring marriage and not enjoying it, because that's really unhealthy. Next point is avoid comparison. This particular point cannot be overemphasized. Avoid comparison as much as you can, because I don't know why, but people always tend to compare themselves with others. Maybe you went to the same secondary school with someone, or maybe you are in the same age group with someone, and simply because that person is doing this or doing that, you feel like, so what about me? So because this person is this, I should be this. It's not really like that. Be careful what you wish for, because it's not always the way it seems. Try and walk on your own pace. It's different strokes for different folks. So do what works for you, and forget other people. I always say this: just see the world as a mirror. When you look at that mirror, it's a reflection of you. When you look at that mirror, it's just you are seeing, and then every other person, every other thing is blurred out. You're not in a competition with anybody. So just take whatever it is that is for you and make it better for yourself. Next point is work as a team. You leave your parents and he leaves his parents, and you guys are coming together to, you know, make your own family, make your own union. It actually takes a lot. Remember that it's just the two of you against the entire world. Find out that a lot of people have so many things to say. A lot of people have different opinions. This person will be saying this person will be saying this. Everybody will just want to contribute. Always have a filter in your head. Take the ones you want, take the good ones, and then forget about every other thing. When you see couples who are together in the real sense of together, just like a weighing scale, you know, the weighing, the pendulum, the weighing balance. When you put like a 50 kg worth of weight here and there is nothing here, this is how it goes. When you tend to put another 50 kg, 60 or 40, just get something, and then you see it starts to come on, and it starts to balance. And once that balance is there, I promise you guys, everything is going to work out better. See your spouse as your significant half. That way, if they are not doing good, then you're not really doing good. And next point, giving room for adjustments. So as I said in the beginning, it's just like two imperfect people coming together to, you know, start something because they are willing to work on themselves. So give room for these adjustments. I mean, you're not 100%, you're not perfect. First of all, you need to learn within yourself that I'm weak in this area, or I need to work on this area or something. Then you tend to, you know, learn, you know, try to make adjustments, something you really know it's not nice. Yeah, so because you get away with those things when you were, you know, you were single, you didn't have anybody to, you know, you or to even think about, because it's just you. So now that you're married, you understand that if this person doesn't like this, then just try to avoid it. Also making adjustments in case you're married with kids, right? And then you're used to having your time all by yourself. You're used to doing some things whenever you want to do it, but because you're now a mom, you just have to, you know, adjust to that. You have to make out time. If you had like a 70% of your time to yourself when you were married, then when you have a child, you just have like 40 to yourself. I mean, it's not really bad. You see that you have to adjust just to accommodate that, and then it keeps going on and on and on, and you find out that just once you give room for adjustments, you're liable to, you know, corrections, and then possibility of a better home. Last point we're gonna be talking about is start healing your childhood traumas. I know a lot of us have childhood traumas. In fact, it shows that 70 to 90% of people actually have childhood traumas. They're just going through one thing or the other. Trauma is like, it has a side effect, just like PTSD, you know, when you go into the army and it starts to disturb you and you're not yourself, you start thinking of suicide and all those things. Childhood trauma, I think it's underrated, because that could actually go a long way to making or mine whoever it is you stand to be in the future. If you have a childhood trauma, if there's something you always tend to remember, if maybe you had an experience or you see marriage as a certain way, but if you know, try to heal, if you know that, oh, these things I have seen in the past, these things I thought was normal is actually not normal, then first of all, that's a good thing, because it starts from realizing that this thing is a problem. So you realize that this is a problem, then that's the first step to fixing a problem. You can see a therapist, you can talk about it, you can just, you know, depending on how serious the trauma was or how the trauma affected you, then you could just know the right way to approach the situation and, you know, heal from that, because it is passively destroying who you are without you even realizing. That brings me to the end of this video. I hope this impacted someone. I hope someone learned something from this. Do not forget, no one is perfect. Love their imperfections and learn from your mistakes. That way you are at a higher chance of having a beautiful marriage and living a good life in general. If you did enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and please do well to comment on the comment section. And I'll see you guys on my next one. Until then, stay blessed, guys. Bye.